We continue our series on the Ten Commandments. And as I've said before, but I'm going to keep saying it because we're a forgetful lot, the commands are not about rule keeping first and foremost. The Lord gives us the commands in Exodus chapter 20 by saying, I am the Lord your God who has redeemed you out of slavery in Egypt. I'm for you. I want your prosperity. I love you. That is a given. How should we respond to God's love? Well, we love him back. And the Ten Commandments are the shape of that love. The first command, no other gods before me. Put me first. And that's what we do in loving relationships. We prioritize people. We put them before even ourselves. The second command, no images, which is a way of saying, look, let me reveal myself. Don't limit me with a picture or a sculpture. That's not to say we don't ever depict, but not for worship purposes. Let me reveal myself. And now we get to do not take the Lord's name in vain. And we might think it's simply about the proper name of God and those sounds moving across our lips, but that's not really what it's about either. It's about taking the name of God and living in a way that honors it. Let me read Exodus chapter 20, verse 7. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain. Now, the longer message that I have related to this talks about how we go wrong with honoring God's name or taking his name in vain. We trivialize it, or we capitalize it, use it for our own purposes, or we scandalize it with our behavior. And that's what I want to focus on in the video here. Have you ever watched someone or a group of people ruin their reputation, scandalize their name? In November of 2019, there was an article published about a cheating scandal in Major League Baseball. Maybe you're familiar with it. There was a pitcher. His name was Mike Fiers, and he played for the Astros in 2017, and he told The Athletic, a magazine, that the organization used a video camera in the center field seats to film the opposing catcher's signals to the pitcher regarding that next pitch, and they had sort of deciphered all those things. And then they would use various audio cues, including banging a trash can, to signal the batter what type of pitch was coming next. And the MLB investigated the allegations and confirmed them in January 2020 that the Astros illegally used a camera system to steal signs during the 2017 regular season and postseason, during which they won the World Series. This is a scandal. And no wonder when the Astros returned to the World Series in 2022 to face my Phils, Americans had a clear favorite in that game. And Fox Sports reported in October 27th, 2022, according to a map put together by Bet Online, the Philadelphia Phillies have overwhelming support across the majority of America as the rooting interest to win the 2022 World Series. The map shows that the Phillies have support from the majority of fans in 44 states. Never have so many Americans rooted for my team. Not much good it did them, though. The Astros went on to win the World Series last year. But you can see how the behavior of the team scandalized the name of the Astros, and the stain stayed with them for years after the offense. The question for us, we bear the name of God. God claims us as his own, as his children. We bear the name of Christ, Christians. How does our behavior reflect on the name of God that we bear. We can look at the newspapers for stories of fallen pastors or church leaders or faithful church attenders with the most appalling kinds of behavior: spiritual abuse, embezzlement, adultery, even worse. But let's not look away from ourselves. What about me? What about you? Have we lost touch with God's love and mercy towards us? Is it showing itself in an entitled behavior? Can someone say to us, "You call yourself a Christian"? And we know that sticks to us. Now, the answer to that behavior is not condemnation or shaming, although it's understandable if people do that. It's a turning back, a repentance, a reconnection with the God who has redeemed us from slavery in Egypt to the slavery of sin and corruption and death. A repentance that leads us to humility, to gentleness, to love. These honor the name we have taken to ourselves and that the Lord has placed upon us. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain. Instead, we need to honor it with our lives. Live in a way that doesn't scandalize the name of Christ. Get back in touch with his love and mercy towards you and honor that. Live out of that gratitude. Blessings on you all.